But in the meantime, here is Mr. David Burke. Hello, David. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are
Chef
you?
and restaurant owner. It is wonderful to see you. Thank you for coming. I am immediately a little bummed that you did not bring food, though.
It's on the way.
It's coming. There's food coming. All right, I take it back. Welcome. I'll let you stay
Always
for a little bit. So tell us, what did you do for the early show this morning in terms of a Super Bowl spread?
We made some traditional stuff with a twist. Chicken wings, Asian flavored chicken wings. We made some beef sticks, skewers, and some barbecue flavored pancakes, small ones that act as a bread for the beef.
Ooh.
We made shrimp dumplings. We had salmon tacos and sliders, the favorite.
So before we ask about how you prepared some of these things, we'll wait till the food comes out. But when I was planning a dinner party last week, and I was completely confused because I thought I have 10 people coming. I don't want to run out of food, but I ended up overbuying. Mm-hmm. Is there some way to gauge, if you're having a large group of people, when enough is enough?
Yeah, I think it depends on what time the party starts. If it's during dinner hour, if it's from 6 to 10, I think people expect more food because it's dinner hour. Yeah. But if it's a little later, if it's 8 or 9ish, it's more of or 5 to 7, it's more cocktail, right. And smaller amounts of food. And you can always supplement, keep some stuff as backup, whether it's pretzels, chips, things that are pantry items.
But I'm sure if people come to your house, they don't expect pretzels and chips. I mean, come on, David.
No, you know what? I usually entertain at my home. Usually it's at restaurants, but at home it's in the summer, so it's barbecue style stuff.
Okay.
But I've got a few things in the freezer that I can pull out real quick.
Okay. So
and,
that's a good tip. Keep things in the freezer.
But in small quantities, so that it doesn't take long to thaw.
Okay.
There's always gourmet grilled cheese you can make quickly if you have bread and the right cheese. So to have stuff as a backup that you'll use anyway. Like I'll freeze cheese also because I don't eat at home often.
Oh, wow.
Even bread because I travel a lot and I eat at home once every 2 weeks. So I have to freeze simple things like bread, otherwise it goes bad. So and that's easy enough to put in a toaster to thaw quickly, and then you can put something together, canapes and such.
I didn't know you could do that with cheese, though.
Yeah, well, cheese takes a longer. And if you slice the cheese, it's just a quick thaw. So
I see something delicious waiting in the wings. So let's talk about this. Oh my goodness!
Well, this is just for me.
Talk about a presentation.
Well, this is a good idea of what you just brought up. So now we have the flank steak rolled and roasted here, and then these are actually the hors d'oeuvre. But if you did need more, you would just slice this. Otherwise, you would keep this for dinner the next night.
Now, this looks very difficult to prepare. Tell me how you did this.
You could buy this tied up. This is just a piece of beef sliced from here on a stick, and I put on a barbecue. And
what did you marinate it in?
I didn't marinate it. I just put on salt and pepper. I painted on a sauce made with ketchup, Tabasco, and Worcestershire. So 3 things most people have in their house.
It is.
So I try to keep it simple for TV because, and you don't have to cook it. You just mix it up.
And so really, you don't need a super duper special, expensive gourmet sauce.
Well, you can add soy and mustard. The pantry items you have in your house, believe it or not, have lots of flavor. Mustard, barbecue sauce, salsa, soy sauce. If you have hoisin, and a lot of those are based on sweet and sour combos. So you're just adding them and then adding the heat, like from Tabasco and some zing from Worcestershire. Makes it fun and easy. So you don't have to really go cook it.
Well, that's the
and
key.
You don't have to shop for it. You already have it.
Now, from everything that you prepared today, what takes the longest?
Chicken chili, just because you have to cook that. Shrimp dumplings take a little bit more. You gotta want to make them. They're not hard just like anything. Once you learn, it's simple.
So you don't have to keep rolling it.
You just wanted to make sure that you had a strong arm. That's all.
Sliders are easy, and everyone can relate to making a burger, so it makes it easy. We made pancakes also from a box.
Tell us that recipe. That sounds so good.
We used pancake batter. We added horseradish, prepared horseradish, barbecue sauce, chopped chives, and again we made it so it's kind of a pink pancake or orange, and that has a lot of flavor. You could eat that alone. We could put like chili on that. So that becomes your sponge or what you eat a Peking duck with, the crepe. But it absorbs all the fat, and it's a little lighter than bread. It's easier to handle, and it's more fun.
So are you hosting a party tomorrow?
No.
This was your party.
I have a brand new restaurant.
Congratulations on that here in New York City.
In David Burke Kitchen. So, but I also just wrote the menu and designed the menu for Stadium Grill, which is in the Bowmore bowling alley in Times Square. So I am kind of hosting that, and it's a great place to watch a game. And it's probably the largest sports bar in New York City, so it's kind of fun.
As a chef and restaurant owner, do you ever try to sneak in? Obviously, you're recognizable, and then let alone in your own restaurant. But do you ever really try to sit back and enjoy it as a customer to make sure the food is up to par, the service is up to par?
Yeah, and we all go out and do research.
Right.
I think most chefs that have been cooking like myself for several years, it's a great pleasure to go out and be unrecognized, but it's also nice to be recognized too. I mean, it's hard to say you don't want to be bothered because it's a lot of respect, but it's nice to go into a place. I live in the suburbs, and where no one knows you and have a nice meal.
But what's the secret, because you're so successful and you own so many great restaurants, to make sure, since you clearly can't have your hand in all of them at one time, that they're up to par by your standards?
Well, it's building a team. And we're to the level now where we hire ahead of time, and we put people in certain positions knowing that we're going to expand anyway. So instead of trying to run around and build a team, we build a team before we even sign the next deal. So that it's like having the coaches, Coach Mangini's, it's like having a good bench. You need a good bench or to go to the next level.
So what's the next step for you?
Well, we have David Burke Kitchen, which is in Soho. There's a big garden element to that'll open in May. Our next step is New York City Steakhouse in Midtown. We have 2 steakhouses now, one Chicago, one Foxwoods. So I think we're ready to do something else. We want to stay focused in Manhattan right now. The traveling for me over the last 15, 20 years is, Vegas. I opened a lot of different places, different cities. I'd like to concentrate on the tri-state area.
Do you live in New Jersey or New York?
In Fort Lee, New Jersey. Yeah.
I'm a New Jersey girl too. Well, I was from Bayonne originally.
Oh, sure.
That was my old stomping grounds.
Yeah,
I know.
Bayonne.
Well, you hang out in Rumson by your
We
restaurant
have a
there.
restaurant in Rumson too. Yeah, Rumson's great.
I'll
I
see
grew
you
up
down
in
there
Hazlitt
when
down
I'm
there.
down in the Jersey Shore in the summer.
come
I'll
by.
swing by the restaurant.
Absolutely. It's
Thank
a great
you.
area. Good.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you
Who's
so much
your,
for bringing
who's
some
your team tomorrow?
treats. Steelers, I'd have to say.
Okay.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for bringing food.